So, hi there. 50 years ago, there's a movement called the Manifest Sons. It's much ridiculed. All the recent stuff, well, it doesn't matter which age you are, all the recent cutting edge stuff will always be ridiculed because it's the believing stage of something. Sarah laughed at Abraham. Her eyes rolled. She laughed under her breath, but the angel picked it up. What do you mean, me give birth? And she had a point. She was nearly dead, and so were Abraham. This is what the scriptures say, that they were beyond any thought of childbearing. But that's what God had said. So anything God announces, like manifest sons, we're going to look to see if anything's manifest and then ridicule it. But the basic premise of Manifest Sons you can read in G.H. Warnock. His little booklet, although he was a PA to Baxter and never sort of publicly recognized really across the board of Christianity, the irony is his booklet literally launched many moves across the world. One little booklet may have even achieved more than Baxter did throughout all his, he was used to catapult evangelicalism into the second level of baptized in the Spirit churches that weren't just in the Pentecostal realm, but had a strong ecclesia vision. Again, still, we have to start somewhere, and we start in the natural. So, God's way is, as he says, we don't like it, but in the beginning of the Psalms of Ascent, we've got 3 Psalms in it, Psalm 123, and 120, 121, 122, no, it's the 4th, isn't it? 4th Psalm is about looking unto the Master. And in tabernacles, that's what the Manifest Sons were speaking about, tabernacles, Feast of Tabernacles, because it is something in the Spirit. It really is. It means the gathering has, I think we see it described really well in Ephesians 4. It's the body is built by that which every joint supplies when it is working properly. And we haven't really seen that. We have still continued to slope shoulder, still continued to ignore Psalm 123, still continued to ignore all the book of Hebrews and the Melchizedek order. And really, we have forgotten the first church and built our pastor bric-a-brac system, or priest bric-a-brac system, or vicar bric-a-brac system. It's a human control. It's one person in control. And it's easier, isn't it, in the flesh? In the flesh, it's easier, but we're not called to live in the flesh. We're called to have the Spirit brought forth out of each one of us. And we are 4 woods. We are 4 living beings scanned across humans everywhere. We have blends of people, and Myers-Briggs profile system has blends. So she comes up, it's two women. They came up with 16 sort of profiles of people. But however it is, it's not one person. Nowhere in the Bible. And it was Jack Fortenberry that slammed that down on the table in 2009, and we're still not listening to the voice of the Lord through one lone prophet saying again, no, I must insist. And I'm writing the book Corinthian Elders, not Corinthian elders as minions under a pastor king. boy, I was years into my Christian life. I've been in Christian communities. But we ran everything with solo pastor kings. Even Ed Miller, who triggered the Argentine revival and learned so much about the protocols of praise, the protocols of warfare, the protocols of taking a position in a location. But, like all of us, assumed tradition is correct. When every day we read Acts, we read the letters in the Bible, there is no evidence, not a scrap of evidence for what we do. Seminaries are wrong. They've got it wrong. There is nothing about one solo king of a church. That's the point. And the church really, strictly in the Spirit, is called ecclesia for a reason. And it marries perfectly the idea of a flexible booth made of 4 equal elements, 4 equal frequencies of the living beings, scattered across in one location with branches of course the foliage, and they have holes. So we see through the holes to God. Every individual has a connection themselves, being born again priests of the living God and baptized in the Spirit particularly. They have a relationship with God direct. Not going through a priest, a vicar or a pastor. And in actual fact, there are many with the priest gift. They're all priests. There are many with the pastor gift. It's a P word. Many with the pastor gift, but also apostles, prophets, pastors, teachers. And then the rest of the 14 different ministries that you never hear spelled out, they're in the 3 lists that Paul carefully compiled. Are we going to read the Bible or aren't we? Are we going to take this thing seriously or aren't we? Seminaries are not taking things seriously. It's flesh. Flesh. We have to learn this new thing of looking unto the Master side by side. We have to see what the Lord's doing next. We have to learn what Jesus was teaching when he taught the Melchizedek order. He said, I don't do anything without seeing what the Father is doing. And then when they said, well, aren't you going home now? And he said, I've got to continue working all the while I see my Father working. Are we going to read the Bible or aren't we? What are you doing? What's everybody doing? Every single church is structured according to our comfort system, which is flesh, looking unto one person. Isn't it? We're not learning Psalm 123 together at all. And we have to do that to have authority as a crown of 12 stars, Revelation 1 says, across a whole location. Then we don't need these stupid, endless, fractured churches up high streets, do we? Because people are already 3rd level in 1 John 2, the Father stage of growth. They're already 3rd level. They've gone into the ground and died, so they don't dwell alone anymore, like a vicar or a priest or a pastor. They're not dead yet. If you're dead, you start finding each other, and God is raising you as a fruitful plant, but alongside others in the kingdom. Not building my kingdom. But you'd never know that, would you? You'd never know that looking at cities and towns. Sure, you're building your kingdom. You utter deception. If I be lifted up, from the earth, I will draw all men, all types of men and women and children unto me. A simple equation. We're not seeing that. Well, here's why we're not seeing it. Nobody's doing it. Let's have some revival. Let's have some revival.